Good morning, everybody. Welcome on in. This stream has been sponsored by EA. Thank you, EA, for sponsoring this stream. And we are playing a little bit of The Sims 4 today. I'm very excited, except the fact that I've been having some build issues this morning, so I had to kind of reload my game, and I'm just going to take our build into another save because I'm a little concerned that we're going to have some build issues. Like, I was trying to put a set of stairs down, and I couldn't do anything with the stairs, so that was fun. It was a good fun time. Anyway, welcome on in. I hope everybody is well today and that you're doing good, that you've had a good weekend. And I assume most of you are probably on Monday. I am, however, on a Tuesday morning, heading into 9 a.m. Right and early. Welcome in, Vinny. Hope you're well. Hello there, Havoc. Welcome on in. Oh, boy. Yeah, so I had a few building issues this morning. I know there's a lot of issues at the moment with the gallery and stuff. Grim's Ghoulish Guitar. Ew, Grim's Ghoulish Guitar. I must have used that. First and second, welcome. So how are you guys? I hope you're well. Had a good weekend, all that sort of stuff. I'm excited to get back to streaming and doing a little bit of building. I had last week off, and it was probably just as well that I had last week off because... no, I haven't finished it. We're going to finish it today, Havoc. Yeah, I've been sick all week. Last week. I'm still a little bit sick, but that's fine. I'm okay. So I took basically all of my mods out at this point, except for Better Build Buy. So I'm hoping that's going to help us in terms of not having some build issues. We'll see. First look at kids. Does it? Oh, shoot. I forgot to change it. Thank you, Vinny. I forgot to change the title again. Although I thought I did change it. Oh, did I forget to go done? You know what? It's sitting there in my stream information with all the right title, and I just forgot to push done. Oh, boy. Thank you, Havoc. I will try and feel better. It's, yeah, I've had it since last Thursday. Like, not last week's Thursday, like the Thursday before that. And, yeah, it's been quite unpleasant, to be honest. Yeah, glad you caught it. Thank you, Vinny. I, literally, I did the work behind it and just failed to push one button. Which is classic. So this is what we're going to be working on today in the in our little building what have you. So this is Puckett Hall in Innis Green. So it's a bit of a fairy build. We are going to be building this Enchanted by Nature and base game only. So I might have to get rid of that guitar, but you know, this base game thing. It's perfect. It's alright. I think it's pretty good. It's come out okay. It's a bit of an interesting one. But I did have some maneuverability issues. Like the staircase down here wasn't working, so I was trying to change that this morning. And that's when I couldn't do anything with the stairs. I was like, building. Vinny, you missed me so much. Glad to hear me again. Aw, thank you. I missed you guys as well. So I'm glad to be back, and hopefully I won't be too horrible in terms of my voice and stuff cracking out. Yeah, because it's been a little bit crackly every now and then. Just like, I don't want to work. Oh, there we go. Oh my gosh, that's what's happened to the stairs? They've kind of... Stairs. Stair fail. We might not have any stairs there. We'll see how we go. You've been dying waiting for this to go live. Like, literally lost decades of your life. You're not even 36 anymore. You're 86. Yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it? It has been a while. But that's okay. We will get there. Pigletish, welcome on in. Yeah, it's a fairy house build. It's what we're doing today. If I can get it to work. If I can get building to work. Building is not being particularly good with me today. Nixie, welcome on in, my darling. How are you? How did the rest of your stream go? Sorry, I was taking kids to school. By taking kids to school, I mainly mean arguing with children who decided that they did not want to live life in a manner that didn't require arguing. I don't know. There's been a lot of arguing this morning. It's been one of those mornings. It's been one of those mornings, and it's just like, don't mess with me today. I've had a morning. It's like, first my husband argued with me about walking to work in the rain after he's been sick. It's just like, no, we're not having that. And then my children are arguing with me, and it's just like, no, we're not having that. It's been a whole lot of arguing going on this morning. Oh, people. My family doing a number on me this morning. I'm just trying to get this staircase to work, and it's just being an utter failure. I just want a staircase here. That's all I want. Anyway, we'll come back to that because it's not working. Maybe we just don't need one there. I really wanted one there though, but it doesn't matter. We'll live without him. We'll live without one. Are these see-through? They're looking weird. Yeah, look at them. They're see-through. Can you guys see that? They're weird and see-through. Anyway, welcome in. I hope you guys... Oh, no! We've got a word ban. So, we've had a redemption for a word ban. So, word ban basically means I'm not allowed to say a word for 5 minutes. And the word that Pigletish has kindly chosen is the word and. Thank you, Pigletish. Appreciate that, love. So I'll start that as soon as we get the timer. There we go. There's the timer. 5 minutes without saying the A word. Excellent. Love that for me. I'm going to fail at this. Nixie, it was a lot of fun. Excellent. I'm glad. Oh, this is impossible. I'm not going to be able to say the A word. Oh, Rainbow, hello, my darling. How are you today? I hope you're well. Oh, boy. Annalie, you're welcome. Yeah. Oh, wow. So this is what we are building today. This is Puckett Hall. It's our large fairy tree house. And it's coming together really nicely. I saved that like a boss. So I'm building this base game, then Enchanted by Nature only. So there are limitations to this build in terms of the fact that it's only 2 packs. I'm talking very slowly because I am thinking about what I am saying. Because when you have a word that joins sentences together, it's very difficult not to say it. I am struggling. That is what the moral of the story is there. Exclamation points, speed up. Oh, so mean. So mean. I am doing well. I am speaking slowly and deliberately so that I do not muff this up. Having no ability to say that word, and I know it's a word that I say a lot as well, is very difficult. But tell me all about your weekends. How did they go? I had my mother-in-law's birthday on the weekend. So my husband went out to dinner. Oh no! Did I? Oh. Crud. So yeah, I said it. I failed already. Oh, what a failure. I'm trying so hard not to. The fact that it's only been once so far isn't too bad. Yeah, so my husband went out to dinner with his family. They did a dinner. I had the kids home, including my niece. My sentences sound so weird because I can't join them together. Poor Velvet, she's had a week off, instantly goes on a word ban when she comes back. It's like my brain is barely functioning from being sick all week. Oh, it's fantastic. Love that for me. Love that for me. But the kids, I had my niece and my 2 boys. Oh, darn it. I said it again. I had my niece, 2 boys that are mine. Then we played... I can't explain this without saying the word. I can't tell a story. I'm not going to tell a story right now. I'm telling the story after the word ban because I can't do it right now. I need to be able to join my sentences together. I can't make a cohesive sentence right now. Yeah, this story is paused. It's an interesting story, and I want to get back to it. Oh, I think I said it again as well. Oh, it's a toughie. So, what shall we talk about? What did I do on the weekend? Well, I was just talking about that. This is what I wanted to talk about. What I did on the weekend. Thank you, Rainbow. Thank you for the distraction. Doing incredibly with it. Thank you. It's a tough one. Thank you, Rainbow. A little bit of hype. How many more minutes did I have added? I think I had a 2-minute penalty, a 3-minute penalty. I think. Now what were we doing? We're doing that wallpaper down there. So I need to have a floor plan. Might help. 3 minutes total. Okay, 3 minutes isn't too bad. It could have been worse than that. Floor plan. I need one. And yeah, thank you for the sub. I hope Jeff was subsidizing that. You know, our friend Jeff. That's okay, Spinny. You can add another 2. It's fine. I'll just cry in the corner and rock back and forth. It'll be fine. Where does that window even go? Oh, under the stairs. At a hidden window under stairs. I feel like that's not going to make much sense. You know what I should do, now that I think about it, is I should add some more stuff to, like, the little plants and stuff down here. Make it all cutesy. Good old Jeff always comes through. Fantastic. Well done, Jeff. You're a fave around here. Financing my lovely subs. I appreciate it. I don't mind a Jeff sub. Appreciate that, Jeff. Oh, there's a lot of Oh yeah, no, I've got move objects on. I'm guessing we just can't cross over with the old roof is causing the issue there, I think. Good old roof issue. Yeah, no. I so wish the angles on this were much more user-friendly. I do struggle with the roof angles with the plants. I am loving the roof plants, but the angles are really not very user-friendly. Look at that. I've got this. I can do this, Annalie. I can do it. Thank you for the support. I really appreciate that. Oh, love it. I can't put something down there and it makes me sad. I've got a gap, but that's such is life. Such is life. So what we have is we're going to have a bedroom bathroom situation over here. So I should probably add some seating in. I haven't been saying it, have I? I feel like I haven't said it. But, you know, please tell me if I have. So we're going to have that. At this point, I'm thinking this will be a little bathroom. And we can have another bedroom here. It's going to be like a lot of bedrooms. Yes! Ban is over! Oh, thank you. I did it. That was tough. That was really tough. But I persevered. I did it. I only did it with 3 penalties. So I'm very impressed with myself right now. Very impressed with myself. Maybe I'll open this up. have that as like a little seating area. The game map, right. I love that I was getting praised for the support despite the fact I created the problem. you really did create the problem. I love it. It's fantastic. So the story, right, the weekend. On the weekend, I had the kids, and long story well, no, I'm not going to do a long story short. I'm going to tell the whole story. That's the whole point. So I had the kids. I had my 2 boys and my niece. And basically what I planned with them is that we were going to have a Survivor feast. So we've been watching a lot of Survivor at the moment in our house. Like a lot of Survivor in our house. Like a ridiculously large amount of Survivor. I wonder if I can get this to work. And see, I needed to say "and." I really, really needed to say it. I just it was coming out of me. Like the word "and" was just ready to explode out of me. The whole idea behind the Survivor feast that I came up with is one of the things that they have on Survivor is a reward, right? And the reward is you can have all these like delicious foods. So, all this yummy stuff like, hot dogs and burgers and chips and, all the fixins with it. So that's what I sort of planned with the kids, that we were going to have this Survivor feast, which was really cute. And they were like all excited about it. What I didn't tell them was that I actually planned, my stairs are working. They don't look the way that I want them to look, but they are working. So that's a bonus. And yeah, so I decided to do like some little Survivor challenges with them. You know how Survivor has challenges and like they have hidden immunity idols. So what I did is I created these challenges and I added in, I got some like little medals, and these medals were to represent hidden immunity idols. And so I came up with all these clues and these challenges. So I did like a little physical challenge down in the basement. So they had to do like Flora's lava across the basement floor and through the car and on the tunnel outside, jump on the trampoline and do like this little physical challenge. And then they had to do like a puzzle challenge. And at the end of each completion of each challenge, because I didn't want to make it a race, because that could get a little bit difficult with the kids. So yeah, so then the next one they had to do was like a puzzle challenge. But at the end of each challenge, they got an immunity idol clue. So they had the choice of, will they go and search for the immunity idol, or will they do the next challenge and get the second clue? I mean, is that a bit weird? I feel like that's a bit weird. I need it to sit differently. So yeah, they did the first challenge, and then they all decided that they all wanted to do the next challenge and not search for the clue yet, because clues are tricky. So they did the next challenge, which was a puzzle round. So they had to sit there and they sort out puzzle pieces and then do the puzzle. They were just like little kid ones, so they didn't have a lot of pieces. So they did that, and then so two of my niece and my youngest decided that they would do the next challenge rather than they did a little search for their pieces, for their idol pieces, but they couldn't find them. So they decided to go on and do the next challenge. But my eldest son, he was just like, no, I'm gonna go searching. So he actually managed to find his idol with the 2 clues, and then my other my niece and my son, they found it with the 3rd clue. The 3rd clue was basically just telling them exactly where it was, because I know how kids are and I didn't want to make it too difficult for them. So they had a lot of fun like doing the challenges and running around and just feeling like they were on Survivor. And the hidden immunity idol basically gave them immunity against doing the dishes for the night. So it was so cute. Yeah, so they got to get out of doing the dishes for the night, and they were wearing their medals around the house. And then after dinner we had like this big feast. oh, sorry, we had this big feast, and then after that they were like, we want to do a tribal council, so we want to eliminate, we want to vote somebody out. So the kids were like, you know, we want to do the whole thing. So we had like this whole big tribal council where we eliminated, where we voted someone out. I was doing like the host thing, so I was being Jeff Probst and doing all the catchphrases and stuff like that. And the kids were like so excited about it, and they were like arguing their points and like, this is why you should vote X out, and this is why you should vote Y out. And they were getting into this whole big debate about voting people off, and it was just so funny. So while you're supposed to be resting while sick, you hosted a whole mini game show for kids. Yeah, I basically did. So it was a lot of fun, and then they just like, you know, they did a whole thing where they went outside to their camp and they got to discuss alliances and all that sort of thing, and you know, it was just yeah, they had a blast with it, which I thought was so cute. So that's what I did on the Saturday. So it was very loud at my house on Saturday, but the kids were having a very good time. And now my youngest son is on a bit of a tear with wanting me to do clues and idols around the house and everything. Now I'm just like, oh, I don't want to. It was really fun. It was a lot of fun, and you know, it was nice to do something like that for the kids and just make a real evening of it. While, you know, everyone else was kind of out doing what they were doing, having their evening out. Well, we had an evening in, and it was just as much fun. I don't know what color I'm using. Is it that one? Yeah. I'm an awesome mum. Ah, thank you. I wouldn't say I'm always winning the mum stakes, but I do give it an effort. I do try. Every now and then, I'll do something, and I'll be like, yeah, I know how to do this. I know how to do this mum stuff. What sort of activities do we have? I don't want to kind of overfill this house with different things, you know? So I'm not going to put like too much around the place. I was going to have like, I did, didn't I? I had an apothecary area. Yes, I did. And I don't have a woodworking table. Alright, that's good. I'm almost thinking, you know what, I might do an art studio as well, perhaps. Like, maybe one of these rooms could be an art studio. Or what if we did this, rather than having two doors? Because there's all that base game, you know, all that base game art stuff. So why not do, like, a little art studio in here, make it, like, really artsy? Because we've still got a couple more bedrooms that we can add in, so I think that'll be quite fun. You know? I think it'll be quite fun. So that was that, and then on Sunday I didn't do much of anything. Really. It was a pretty... Oh, my mother-in-law came over because it was her birthday. Nothing exciting. Gave her a birthday present, and that was about it. I almost feel like this needs to be a bathroom in here. It's a bit of an awkward shaped room, but... Oh, you know what I could just do? Doi. I'm not set on those windows being where they are, so I can just go like this. And I did a little bit of building on the weekend. What did I do? I like this. I did some building on the weekend. What on earth did I do? I did a modern speech split level, and I did a cottage. That's what I made on the weekend. Well, I think I did that sort of Friday, Saturday. I don't remember. I did something. Anyway, I built two things. So I actually got some Sims 4 time in, which is nice, and I played like quite a bit of Starfield as well. I'm on a bit of a Starfield tier at the moment, and I'm really enjoying it. I just find that I need, in between, because I play Sims 4 so much for content, I need something else in terms of gaming that's quite different, you know? And it tends to be like something a little bit more action-y or survival-y or, you know, that sort of thing. So I went in that direction this weekend, and it tends to have been, you know, most weekends actually lately. It's been doing a little bit of, I might do a different colour. A little bit of Starfield. So I've been really enjoying it. Vinny, you finished a tiny shell challenge for your friend over the weekend. It was your first tiny shell challenge you've ever completed. Ooh, nice. How did you find it? Did you enjoy the challenge of, you know, a tiny home, or did you find it sort of quite tough or not too bad? How did you sort of find it all? Curious. Velvet wants to know. I like a tiny home. They're fun to build. I do enjoy them. Gotta say. I don't always do that many of them, I guess. But I've done a few of them now. And I do like the challenge of trying to fit like quite a lot in there, but you know, you can always go the route of, you know, doing a bigger lot and doing a whole lot of like clever building on the outside, you know, and just like mucking around with false walls and things like that, and going that route instead. Maybe I can do candle. Oh, this candle. It's gonna burn that. Let's set that on fire. VV, hello my darling. How are you today? How are you getting on? Are you right as a VV Glacier Rain? It was hard. I don't build small. I put it on a 40 by 30 lot, so it's got a full basketball court and a full pool and hot tub. Oh, yeah. You did that trickaroo, hey? Nothing wrong with that trickaroo, I say. I've done that with my Super Sim challenge. It's actually really quite good for gameplay, going that route. And, you know, then you can have, like, a lot of things with your tiny home. And you get the tiny home buffs with it, which I think is cool. You know, how you can skill up a lot faster when you have the tiny home stuff, tiny home buffs. I feel like that woodworking table is kind of weird there. I might put that up there. Maybe you can do like a little seating area. So yeah, I like having a tiny home, but I like having a lot of stuff on the outside because then you get that like little buff with it. So you can skill up quickly without, you know, but still have all your stuff. And I like that. BB, I would like to switch places with Vinny for a tiny shell challenge. I'm out here at Alt Place and convenience store items. Oh, you're still working on that, Vinny? BB? That's great. I love it. The apocalypse is coming. Dun, dun, dun. I was hoping to get this finished today. I doubt that I'm going to get this finished today, but anyway. Such is life. I might finish this off camera, because I think we're going to get close to finishing, but not finish. You never know. There's actually quite a lot on the outside that I still need to add. I didn't realize I had so much to add on the outside still. And there was a tree going there. Right, I'm going to stop pottering around, and we'll get some rooms done. What do we have? The green scale for the... I'm trying to be consistent with the rooms as well, in terms of some of the colouring and, you know, what have you that we have going on. So it's going to be a little bathroom. And this is going to be our art studio, which I think is cool. I like the idea of an art studio. You're good? Good. Cold, but good. And you? Yeah, I'm actually pretty decent. I'm still mending up from the cold that I've had. So I've been sick for about a week and a half, and still mending up from that. But otherwise, yeah, I'm okay. Okay. I've got the kids finally back to school because we had a teacher's only day on Friday. And then I had my husband off all last week as well. So yeah, husband off all last week. And then the kids were off Friday. And then they were off again on Monday because they're also sick. And they had Monday off. But then they were sort of like running around and fine yesterday afternoon. So they went to school today despite their protests. And they're like, no, we're so sick, Mum. It's like, no, you were running around yesterday. I don't think so. So they went off to school, protesting all the way. And yes, that's where we're kind of at with it. But otherwise, yeah, feeling better than I was. So on the mend, which is nice. I feel like some of these are too low. But yeah, otherwise ticking along. So just did some building on the weekend, played some Starfield on the weekend, entertained my children with wild plans for Survivor Feast, you know, that sort of thing, as you do. Rainbow, the tiny home buffs are so good. They so are. Like, whenever I have a challenge, I am always, always, always using the tiny home option for the skill buffs, because it just speeds things up enormously. Like, it's really quite helpful. In my 100 baby challenge, I have... I'm just realizing I've got that really in the wrong place. In my 100 baby challenge, I used like a tiny home, and I did the whole thing where I created like false rooms and stuff just to create like, it's a micro home, so we get all the micro home buffs with it. But, you know, all the kids stuff and stuff all fit under a roof, but it's just like false walls, and I'm not using, you know, I'm keeping the tile count down to 32, but still, you know, got a big decent size house. So yeah, it's good. I'm gonna do like a nursery, I think. Cute little nursery is gonna be a plan, because we've got all those cute little items with Enchanted by Nature, you know, the whole set, except a single bed. Rah, rage. The fact we didn't get a single bed is still causing me rage, and I don't like it. Oh, maybe we can just like put a little bath in there. It's not really big enough to do. You know what? Actually, change my mind. I'm going to put the nursery in that one, because then that can be like a little... Yeah. We'll do that. Nursery in this one, and then this one will be the adults room. Because the nursery one, I can put like the bigger bathroom in there. We can put a bath and stuff. So I feel like that's going to make more sense in terms of logistically having a nice thing to have in there. So we'll go like a little bit darker for the adults room. Vinny, you've never played in a tiny home. You mostly build, not playing live mode. Wow. There you go. That explains. I mean, a lot of people do that, though. They spend a lot more time in, like, build mode or cast mode than they do in live mode, which is fine. This is what the game's all about, though, being flexible and, you know, giving you what you need out of it. I mean, to be fair, if I wasn't doing, like, Let's Plays for my channel, I would probably spend most of my time in build mode as well. But I do enjoy playing, in live mode. And playing, like, you know, challenges and stuff. So... I do enjoy that a lot. I'm just thinking where am I going to put the bed? Over that side, I think. It'll be good. Yes. Lurking. Hi, Step-P. Thanks for the lurk, honey. I hope you have a good day. I hope you're feeling fantastic. We're building a purple fairy room, and it's going to be pretty and purple. Save and hydrate. Oh yeah, I've got to save and hydrate. I've got my little can of Coca-Cola right beside me. So I'm going to take advantage of my little can of Coca-Cola full of joyous, lovely caffeine, and I'm going to drink it. That was far too descriptive. It's like I've been thinking about having some caffeine all morning or something. And it's just like, I'm gonna drink it and it's gonna be amazing. But I am tired, so that'll be why. I wonder... Oh, I took tool out. I was gonna resize that. You know what? I kind of want like some drapey curtains in behind here, but I don't... I'm only building this base game in Enchanted by Nature, so I don't really have that option. And the base game curtains just suck. So, you know. And I feel like doing like some big like white curtains are going to be kind of weird in behind there. Ah! You got a Mountain Dew and a Monster. Ooh, Vinny. You know, let me save. Oh yeah, I had this weird thing with my game this morning where I was in here playtesting because I was trying to get those stairs fixed. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to put this save in a different save because maybe this build save is corrupted. And then I couldn't go here, and I couldn't go exit to main menu. Like, it just would not let me go exit to main menu. So I had to just, like, you know, exit out that way. And yeah, it was just, like, being very weird this morning. So I was a little bit worried about building today after I had that happen, because I was like, uh-oh. That's not a good start to the day where the game won't even let me go out to the main menu. I'm just like, uh-oh. Hopefully, oh, that might work. I really want to use this one, but the shadows. Maybe that one? Oh yeah, that one's got less shadows. That'll do. But so far, so good. And I feel like that actually could do the job. I think we can move around as well. Like I think I've managed to fix all the kind of walking around issues. I don't particularly love the staircase where it is, but I think it is what it is at this point. I might be able to fix it up some point. But I did play test her going up to our little tree house up the top, and she was able to get up there fine. So I think we're okay. I think we're okay. Hey Vinny, what would happen if you did mix your Mountain Dew, which is full of caffeine by the way, with a monster? Like I could have a Mountain Dew and that would just about have the same effect on me as a mum juice, like an energy drink. I find, yeah, I've just like found every time I've had a Mountain Dew, like I like Mountain Dew, but every time I've had it, it just makes my heart go ga-boom, 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 ga-boom. It's like ga-boom, 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 ga-boom. You know, just getting faster and faster because it's got so much caffeine in it. So only I'm crazy with mixing. Ah, well, you're unique, BB. That's all. I wouldn't want to mix Mountain Dew and but you know, it kind of corrupts the. Does it corrupt the taste? I find it would corrupt the taste. Because I absolutely love the taste of V energy drink. Like the taste, I just like the little sherbety taste. I wouldn't want to mix it myself, just because I really love the taste as it is. And I wouldn't want it, you know, to be diluted or anything different from what I want. Ooh, look at that. That matches. So let's do a cool little wardrobe. Vinny, you drink soda regularly and Mountain Dew doesn't make my heart speed up or anything. Monster, however, goes crazy with my heart, so I've got to be careful drinking them. I think being careful with drinking energy drinks is a wise choice. In fact, drinking them all together is probably a bad choice. And I'm sorry, Vinny. I know I got you onto them. It's my fault. I was going on about it and how much I love them, and I do. I adore them. They're just so good. Oh, the temptation is there. Like, you know, you see one, you go to the supermarket and you see a beautiful can of energy drink there, and you're just like, oh man, that looks so tasty. How good would that taste right now? And it would give you all this beautiful energy in your brain. Your brain would be like popping. You would have so much brain power with this energy drink. No, I'm not addicted to energy drinks. Why did you ask? Did you guys see the cola and pickles mix in America? What? Ew. I love pickles and I love cola, but no way does that mix taste good. No way. Cola and pickles. Do you guys? It changes the flavor. I mixed Coke and Monster once, and damn, you were hyper. I bet you were. It was like a double caffeine thing. Oh my gosh. KFC has a pickle menu. They throw pickles and the juice into the drink. What? No way. Do you guys... I'm curious, like, is it only like a tiny bit of the pickle in there? I don't know. Like, I've probably got, like, the gherkins. Probably got some gherkins in my fridge. I could get, like, some gherkins and then, like, have a bite of my gherkin, aka a pickle, and then have a sip of my drink. And I guarantee you it sounds disgusting. It's not in America, it's Canada only. In America, we have a Sonic pickle themed meal and the drink, and the whole meal is pickle flavored. And we also have pickle Slim Jims. You love them. Like, I like them. And I remember when I went to America last time, I think it was, maybe the time before, and we went to Disneyland. And I had like a giant American pickle And I was just like walking around, like my husband just like staring at me repulsed. And I was like a happy little chappy because I was like walking around with this freaking giant American pickle. And I was like, look at this thing, it's giant. And then the same with like the turkey legs. Like I don't get the whole turkey thing either. Like the turkey obsession, it just like, it tastes really bland. But to me, anyway, personally, I'm not a big turkey fan because it does taste bland. I don't know, it just tastes bland. What can I say? But yeah, I did try like one of the big turkey legs as well that you can get. It was just like so funny. But the big pickles was just like, wow. I was so impressed. So Sonic did it for you, now Canada took the idea, so that's why it went viral. Oh, you can't stand turkey havoc? I mean, it's not like I don't, it's not like I dislike it, I just eat it and go, this tastes like nothing. I don't get it. It's basically my story with turkey. Maybe all the turkeys that I have been cooked incorrectly. But yeah, they're just like, you know, compared to chicken, they just have a lack of flavour. So I just get confused about what people like. I really do. It's just like, why? I don't understand. But, you know, I think maybe it's purely like, you know, comes down to like what you grow up with as a culture as well. And it does make it, you know, you kind of get used to different flavors and different flavor profiles and things like that. So when it does, you know, you can sort of like taste things in a way that maybe other people can't who aren't used to those flavors. Because like turkey's not particularly common here. You can get it because I know that I've tried it a few times just because I've gone like, yeah, turkey. And then tried it and gone, turkey. Is essentially how that went. Because, you know, you cook it up and it's like, yeah, it's going to be a wonderful flavor thing. And then it just like, nah, I feel like it needs to be one of those things that is really just the vehicle for other things in terms of just like, you know, like your cranberry sauce and stuff. Like it needs other things with it to really have like any sort of strong flavor. That's just kind of my feeling on it. I'm not a turkey expert by any stretch of the imagination. But that's what I feel. That's my feelings on turkey. Your free to play is just pickle juice and cola. I can't even watch them do it. Like the fries look delicious, but cola. Yeah, I won't do pickle soda, but pickle burger or fries, heck yes. I would eat pickle stuff, but I don't know about mixing pickles with cola. I don't know, man. I don't know. That might just be like that little step too far for me. Just that little step too far. It's still a bird. All birds taste like birdies. All birds do taste like birdies. That's true. Some well, they do, but they have different flavors. So like duck tastes different to chicken. Yeah, the only birds I've eaten are turkey, duck, and chicken, to be fair. And I feel like they do taste differently. And, you know, I think, you know, if you have something that's like a wild, you know, wildly hunted, I feel like it's going to taste different from something that has been commercially farmed as well. With that sort of thing. Okay, I need the kids' beds. Kids' beds! We're going to do a nursery! I'm curious. I wonder, should I go have a look and see if I have any gherkins in my fridge, and then I'll eat a gherkin and I'll drink a Coke and I'll tell you if it's gross or not. Let me go look, just a minute. I'll be right back. I'm gonna see if I have any gherkins. Sadly, I do not. I have a jar of jalapenos in there, though. I feel like that would be a different experience. Yeah, you can definitely taste the difference between the birds, I think. I think you can definitely taste the difference between the birds. But it does sort of, yeah, depend on if it's sort of wild or commercially done, and, you know, that sort of thing. Yeah, sad story. Sad event there. I have no gherkins. No gherkins for anybody. Sorry. Catnop. Canopy. Oh, I want the cute little canopy. There we go. I love this canopy. I have not used it enough, and I think it's just like gorgeous. Such a cute little canopy. Adorable. There's so many cute things in this pack. So many cute things in this pack. I love it. It just makes building easy. It really, really does. Just because, you know, you've got so many little different options to work with and stuff. And yeah, it really does make it easy. Did I put some fairy homes on the outside? I was just thinking that if I had fairy homes on the outside, so like the adult fairies can go and rest in there. I don't think I do. Can someone remind me to do that? I will probably remember, but I do need to add like some little fairy homes in there. So, you know, there's some really nice, easy ways for the adults to get their energy back, as you do. And we'll do like a little acorn thing. Little acorn play area. Yes, lovely little acorns. I might do like a little round match just to imitate the one that we get with growing together. Like a little small one. What if you do like a little small infant mat? Here we are. Yeah, so you can do your tummy time. That's the word. Tummy time. I was just like drawing a blank because like, what do we do? What do we do again? Tummy time. So you have chairs, and I'm thinking like a lovely bookcase as well. There we go. So yeah, I'm definitely intrigued by the idea of pickles and cola. I can't imagine it tasting nice. I really just can't imagine that being nice. But I'm gonna guess that they've tested it and that people feel like it's a banging flavor. I don't feel like it's gonna be a banging flavor, but you know, I don't know. Now I just feel like that's kind of weird, but anywho, we'll run with it. Oh, the cute little leaves. Gonna be adorable. So what are you guys all up to at the moment? You're doing a bit of sim playing yourselves? Because I know, you know, people like to kind of hang out and do things at the same time. Multitasking is the way, right? Have I got any little poofs? I know I will almost always be multitasking, but that's just me. You're playing Genshin Impact. Ooh. Nice, Vinny. And Nixie, you're doing Minecraft. You'll find this ancient city before you go to bed. Fantastic. Love that. And Vivi, it depends on the juice. You get spicy, sweet, or sour. Yes. I can't imagine you would want like spicy pickle juice with a cola. I can't picture it. I can't. Rainbow, I was just racing through the last part of the base game event that ends tomorrow. Ah, Nature's Calling event. Okay, well, if you haven't done that, make sure you get on your bikes and get in the game and finish that event, because you get some really cool free things with that, and it is well worth having in your game. I love the little Nature's Calling event. I had a lot of fun with it, but also I like the items that we got, and I like free things. So I'm very much approving of the of the free things. Thanks very much. I'll take those. Thank you. So if you haven't finished the event, please make sure that you get in and do it and get your free stuff. Because why wouldn't you want free stuff? BB, you're on a break from Sims alt placing, reading manga? Ooh, fair enough. It's nice to have a break. I think breaks are kind of necessary when it comes to building and that sort of thing. It's good to have that break. Otherwise, you know, you can kind of overdo it, which is no good. Havoc, you're making my fairy sperm donors. Excellent. Thank you, Havoc. I needed some more fairies for male fairies for my 100 baby challenge. So Havoc's kindly making me a couple, which is much appreciated. Some handsome fellas for my mama. As you do. That would be good for nursing the baby, right? The problem with base game is obviously we don't have a whole lot of things for a nursery. In Enchanted by Nature, I mean, we had the items, but we didn't have anything really nursery specific. Oh, we could do like the cute little mushroom shelves. That would be adorable. So I'm glad you're all gainfully occupied there. I'm in between gaming and content and all that sort of thing, and parenting and life. I have been reading a book, and it's by Ellie Hazelwood. She writes like a whole lot of romances, and they're quite sciencey, so they're always like scientists kind of falling in love and stuff, which is really cute. So I'm reading, I think it's her latest one at the moment. And if you're going to ask me the title of it, I'm going to tell you, yep. I don't remember. I'm reading it, and I don't remember the title. But it's good. I'm really enjoying it. It's like this guy who was like, you know, had a history with... No, I'm not explaining it very well. So there's a guy and a girl, and they meet for a hookup from an app. And anyway, it gets interrupted, and then they find out the next day that he's one of the team that is doing a hostile sort of takeover of her company, and she's like really loyal to her boss. And it hasn't really been revealed yet, but he has like a bit of a history with her boss as well, and she's done like, I feel like she's done some sketchy things in the past, and she's like the heroine's kind of put her trust in this boss, and yeah, it's kind of feel like that might be a little misplaced. So it's going to be interesting to see how that comes out, but I'm really enjoying it at the moment. It's been a fun read so far, and I think I'm getting towards about the halfway point at the moment. But I love a romance. I read a lot of romances. I do read some fantasy and stuff like that as well, but my main thing that I do like to read is a romance. I'm a romantic soul. I think the thing with romances is that you get a happy ever after. And I love a happy ever after. Like, if I'm reading a book, I don't want a miserable, sad ending. I want a happily ever after. So, yeah. That's what I want. I'm very demanding, I know. It's just, you know, that's my preference. I just, you know, there's enough bad things in the world that I really don't want to do that in my downtime. I don't want to be miserable in my downtime, thanks. I just want happy things in my downtime. I just want happiness. Vivi, manga is from Japan and read from right to left. Manhwa, is from South Korea and read left to right. Oh, really? Well, there you go. Didn't Velvet just learn something today? I've only heard of manga. So there we go. Lost Time Machine. How are you? How are you today? I'm just learning things from Vivi. So thank you, Vivi, for sharing that. I've heard of manga, but I haven't heard of manhwa. So interesting. In terms of like the type of stories and stuff, I know that they'll probably be different types, but is there like a distinct difference in storytelling style between the South Korean and the Japanese sort of style manga and manhwa? Curious. Lost Time Machine, you're working on the mash shell. Awesome. I love that. You having fun with it? Because that's the main thing, is that you have fun with it. I thought it was going to be a really interesting challenge. Like, you have to choose an NPC, and then you also have to make it to the ground because it's floating. Super fun! Vivi, the way you were lost in the beginning till I asked Google. Yeah, Google's fantastic, isn't it? I love Google. It's my friend. I just don't know, Google it. And there's a lot I don't know, so I spend a lot of time on Google. I don't even pretend I know everything. I know I don't. So I just Google it. Here we are. Cute little things everywhere. Lost Time Machine. Once the light bulb moment happened, building in a world I've never built in actually. Oh! That's even cooler. I love when people take my challenge and then do some stuff that they've never done before with it. I think that's fantastic and exciting. Because it delights me when, sort of pushes people as builders. And to be be more exploratory with their building as well, which I think is fun. So I like that. I wonder if I should definitely have something in the middle, but I don't know if I should have a kids table in there. Do we have a kids table? Do we have a kids table? Yes, we do. It's a gaming table though. I don't know. I don't think like an infant, yeah, infants, kind of toddlers age. I feel like that's not really gonna be good for them. Maybe we can have like a little rumpus kind of area for the toddlers. There we go. There we are. Oh, look, it's raining again. It's been raining on and off so much lately. It's just like, it's raining again. you know when it's been raining or like the weather's been doing a certain thing for like ages and stuff, and you're just like so over it. It's like, yeah, it's raining again. Fantastic. Okay. There we go. Lots of rugs. Stack them up. The floating shell can float away, baby. No, the floating shell is lovely. I made you such a lovely shell for that. I really did. It was a lovely shell. You just need to connect it to the ground. It's fine. Okay, we have our nursery. Great. Love that for us. Lost. It's the opposite here. So little rain. The waterfall was dry on my hike today. Ah, you got to see a waterfall. Well, a dry waterfall. Oh man, I love waterfalls. They're just like my happy place when it comes to nature. Like, give me a waterfall, please. I love them. If I could look at a waterfall every day, I would be like the happiest girl. I really would. What was the waller sticking out for? What? What waller? What are you talking about? Oh, the angled wall sticking out. Oh, in the shell. Oh, that was just for pure entertainment on my part, baby. I just thought it would be funny to have some sticking out walls and have you deal with them. I thought, you know, you could get creative with them. It would just be like, you know, a little bit of a creative challenge. That's what I thought the sticky out walls would be, you know? So I thought that would be delightful. So that's why I did that. I thought, what are they going to do with these? I don't know, but I'm going to find out when I tour. It's going to be fantastic. Oh dear. Well, same. There are bigger waterfalls around here. That was just the easy hiking spot. It became a shower in your build. Or maybe that's my entrance. I don't know. I just thought they were going to be something a little bit different to have in a build, and like, you know, maybe you could do something quite creative with it. So I don't know. I thought that would be cool. So thus I added it in. Thus I did it. Thus the decision was made. There we go. So that's why that was there. Entertain for the purposes of entertainment. Sorry, baby. Baby, I want to go back and add a grave. RIP to normal shells. Well, do you want a normal shell next time? I haven't done the next shell yet. If you want a normal shell next time, you can have one. I don't mind. I think that would be fun, in fact. Like a nice normal shell. That's what I kind of did with... I guess the magic shell challenge was a little bit of a normal shell, because I felt like it was quite a normal shape, and you can kind of get quite creative with that. So I felt like that was kind of a normal shell. Normalish as far as shells go, you know. But I don't know. I haven't even thought about the next challenge. We've still got a couple of weeks left for that, and still a couple of weeks left on the shell challenge. So we've got time to worry about that. Got time. Time to sort it all out. She sees it will creep up on her like a creepy thing, and like all of a sudden it's just like, what? It's time for shell tours? Lost. It's definitely my entrance, but now I'm rethinking that. Maybe another limited pack shell or something. Ooh. Havoc, please, so I can actually try. Aw. Make it a little bit easier. I mean, you can always, if you wanted to just do it limited pack, you could do it limited pack anyway, I think, but... You guys think a normal shell? You know what? I should do like a normal shell, and then we can have like a next level harder kind of aspect to it, which is do it limited. I could do something like that. That could work. Ugh, I'm overthinking this. Okay, have it. I think so. At least the roofing was nice. Yeah, here we go. See, there's a positive. The roofing was nice. You know what, actually, I might do, you know, the apothecary shelf. That might be quite good in there. There we go. Move that over. And switch that over like that. And then we can maybe have the debug. Plunger! Here we are. Debug plunger. Lost. I'm actually going to probably end up with somewhat limited pack this time. Really sticking with Werewolves Basement Treasures Eco. There you go. I mean, you can always go limited pack without me even making you do it. That's the choice of choice. But yeah, I actually do like a lot of builds limited pack these days. I just primarily, I think, for accessibility for people on the gallery, because, you know, obviously not everyone has the privilege of being able to use or have all of the packs in the game, so I do like to consider that from time to time for people. Doesn't mean every build will be limited pack, but it is something that I do consider when I am building. So, you know, nothing wrong with doing it limited pack at all. I feel like it makes puts you at a disadvantage at all going limited pack, because, you know, you can do amazing things with just, you know, 3 or 4 packs, and you don't even notice that you're missing packs, really. You tried limited packs as much as you could with this one. Ooh, see, there you go. You can limit those packs and don't even have to tell you. Okay, next time around, I'm going to do a fairly regular shell. Now, all of my shells do have a twist to them. So I will have to think of a little twist that will go with this shell. But I won't go overboard with it. I'll keep it nice and easy. And you guys can just go ham on it and have a good time just making something that's really cool. I think that sounds like fun. What if, oh no, I had an idea. Hang on, I'm going to write it down before I forget it. I actually just had an idea. Ignore me for a second. Just writing down an idea. I just gave myself an idea for a shell challenge. Save and hydrate. Oh, fantastic. I just picked up my Coke. It hasn't got any pickle juice in it, but it's still a Coke. It's also just fun to challenge myself to find alternatives to go with items. Yeah, well, that's exactly right. With limited packs, you do have, you know, you do have to explore your, you know, your packs a lot more fully, just because you, yeah, you don't have all of the options that you would normally have. So, you know, it's like this one here, because I'm building this Enchanted by Nature and base game only. You know, I'm really having to dig into the depths of the Enchanted by Nature pack, which is a good thing. I mean, I've done a lot of Enchanted by Nature only, you know, builds since the pack came out. So I feel like I really do know the pack quite well at this point. But yeah, it's actually quite it's an easy pack to build as a limited item pack. You know, it's an easy base game plus Enchanted by Nature pack to build with, because, you know, there's so many really pretty items in this pack that I don't feel like it's too much of a struggle to really kind of lean into that. So, which is good. Some packs are more of a struggle than others when you do like this sort of build challenge where you are building sort of limited pack and stuff. So the fact that Enchanted by Nature is an easy pack really to lean into and do what you want to do with it is a good thing. I like it. I like it a lot. Alright, so we've got like a little divider in there. We can have a bath with the kids. We've got our nursery. So we're going to do our artist studio next. Can I ask what inspired the flappy walls? What inspired the flappy walls? Well, I don't know. I think there was something that I was building at the time. And I had like some angled... Oh yeah, you know what it was? It was... It was something that I was building. I think it was this... I was building this modern 8-bedroom at the time. And it kind of had like this angled section here at the front with the windows. And then I decided to do something, yeah, just angled at the front. So I was quite curious what you guys did with the little flaps at the front, because I think you could actually do something quite creative with those. You know, if you had the eco lifestyle pack, you could use like the slat walls. You could like combine them with like half walls. You could do stuff with plants. I just thought it'd be like, you know, a little push for creativity is really what I thought that would be. So yeah. Just, I felt like the rest of the shell was kind of normal and it needed something that would just like be that little push over the edge towards being like maybe a little bit more creative. So that's what it was. What is everyone thinking about the new EP coming out next month? Has that been confirmed? I know there was like a leak, there was like a rumor going around, but I hadn't seen anything at this point that's been confirmed about that. Curiously. So I mean, I just kind of, when it comes to the leaks, I just sort of take them, you know, a little bit as a grain of salt, I guess, a little until it is confirmed, because it's just like, well, you know, they might not have all the facts there, or it may not be exactly what's happening, or, you know, whatever. So I'm just like, well, we'll wait for the official word, the word Thunderbird on it. But yeah, has it been released sort of officially, or the information released officially? I didn't realize it had yet. Lost, you made it work, but it's definitely the challenge. Excellent, good. That's exactly what I wanted it to be. I just wanted it to be like a little challenge that, you know, you'd have to think about and like how to, you know, how to incorporate it and stuff. So that was kind of the idea behind it. Ooh, what if we had like the little bar back in here? Did that over here and had like that, and then like the easel. Oh, the easel in front of that. Like a little painting area. Oh, yes, let's do that. Flappy in front, not in your shell. Rainbow, you're not sure, to be honest? There was rumours. Yeah, I had seen the rumours. It was something to do with adventure, right? So I'd seen them, but I just, yeah, I hadn't heard anything confirmed at this point. So I was just like, I don't know. Because, you know, sometimes they put, like, they have, like, sometimes the information is, like, somewhat correct. Sometimes it's not correct. Sometimes, you know, with the leaks and stuff, you're never quite sure, right? Always makes you go, not sure. But what do you think, Rainbow? What have you seen so far? I haven't seen too much. I know that there has been a leak come out, and there is definitely some rumors flying around, but I haven't as yet really looked into detail. I haven't actually been on social media, to be honest, much in the last week, so yeah, I haven't seen too much on it. So I don't really have too much of an opinion at this point, because I don't know too much. I don't know too much. I want to be in decorations, don't I? I'm looking for my artsy stuff. My locked artsy stuff. I never remember where it is. I know one's in that, like, in 3 different places from what I remember. Oh yeah, that's in clutter. Here we are. Clutter. If the rumors are to be believed, we'll be finding out later this week. Do you know what? Guys, it's September. It's September. I just realized that. Like, it's literally September the 2nd, and I'm just catching up to the catching up to the fact. But yes, later this week. Okay. That'll be interesting. Intriguing, in fact. We'll have to watch this space and see what happens. No, I want that there. And then the other one I think is a light. Me just trying to remember a thing. Yes, it is. It's under lights. I remembered where all the stuff is. Amazing. Look at that. How is that for like a little art scene? Look at that for an art studio. I would be inspired by that background. VD, you would love to get paid to make Sims 4 content. Oh, I don't know if anybody gets paid for that, but if you do, wow, lucky. Imagine if you got paid to do that. It's an interesting job. What are you? I'm a leaker. I leak things. Hilarious. I'm a leaker. I leak things. That would be definitely an interesting job. Job description. Rainbow, I saw a picture and it looks like potentially family outdoor gameplay, kind of like outdoor retreat, but more family focused. Oh, you know what? That makes me really happy. I've been wanting family gameplay to come back into it for such a, I'm not going to say such a long time, but for quite a while, because when you think about it, right? The family gameplay, I'm just going to have a look at the packs and run through this. So the last family gameplay, obviously Grown Together, was a family gameplay pack. Since then, we've had horses, rentals, love focused, life and death ghosts, businesses and hobbies, and enchanted by nature. Now, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 EPs since Grown Together, and none of them are particularly family focused. Like, there's a little bit in enchanted by nature with the fairy kids, but not, I wouldn't say that like it's greatly focused on family gameplay. It's definitely all about, you know, more sort of the adult fairy side of things. Business and hobbies, definitely not family gameplay. Life and death, not particularly family gameplay. It's all about the life cycle. So I guess to a degree, but not really. Love Struck, definitely not. Free, not really. Horse Ranch, not really. So, you know, it's been a while since we've had anything really family related. It really has been. So I need a plant and I don't have a plant that I like. There. Or maybe I can use this. Look at that. Put that in the corner. Beautiful. So if it is the case that it's family gameplay orientated, I am actually really there for that, because I've been missing that in the last few EPs, because it's been so long since we've had anything really family orientated that it feels at this point quite desperately needed to have more family stuff, because, you know, it's actually getting to the point where we really don't have a lot of new kids items. I mean, you know, we're just getting the odd piece here and there, but not much, hey? Vinny, oh yes, it's officially your birthday month, right? Vinny does have a birthday shell challenge that is out, so if you are into shell challenges and doing a little bit of a build challenge, then Vinny has got just the shell for you. There you go. Happy birthday month, Vinny. That's exciting. VV, oops, 8 minutes past bedtime. Night, everyone. Night, VV. Sorry, I was yammering away and I haven't been checking chat. Sorry. My bad. My bad. Whoopsies. Night, night. Vinny, you're a leaker, runs around switching things out with literal literal leaks. That's the kind of stupid humor that I love. Oh, I love it. Oh, that's hilarious. That cracks me up. Thank you, Vinny. You're having leaks around the place. Fantastic. Yes, they all focus on dots. They really, really do. It's been a really long time since we've had anything that is kids focused. We're so desperate for, you know, some decent kids wear and, you know, stuff like that. So, if that's true, and if it is, you know, if it is accurate, then that makes this little velvet quite happy. I guess we'll find out this week when it all sort of comes out, if it is coming out this week. I hope that it is, and then we can kind of know and be like, yes, and get all hyped up and excited and be like speculating and then, you know, doing all our pre-builds and stuff like that as you do. Not that I generally do too many pre-builds for things. Like I didn't really do any fairy houses or anything like that, but maybe this one will inspire me. I don't know. Be quite cool. All right, we have like our little artist studio. We've got a couple of easels in there. We've got our thing. We've got our thing. We've got our thing. Our little inspiration. Feel happy? Havoc. Adventure Awaits is very family focused from what I've seen. I'm excited. I might end up pre-ordering this one too. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I was going to say I'm going to pre-order it as well, but I don't have to anymore. But I love... Oh, I wonder if I get the pre-order items because I don't pre-order anymore. I hadn't even thought about that. I'm going to have to ask. Yeah. The Adventure Waits. I mean, that just really does feel like you're going on camping trips and stuff. I feel like there's a lot that could be explored. Like when you think about outdoor retreat, right? It really does feel like there's so much more that you could do with that pack, given enough scope. So you know what? That actually sounds like really, you know, quite cool to me. To be able to like expand on a pack that we already have in the game, but in a slightly different, you know, different focus kind of way. I think that'll be a lot of fun. Lost. I wish we had more for elders than just a cast kit. Yeah. I get that. I really do get that, because when it comes down to it and push comes to shove, I don't really play with elders all that much, because what do you do with them? You know? Because there is actually at a certain point, right, where, because the elders have to kind of retire. I literally don't know the answer to this, but don't elders have to retire at a certain age? So I guess you could do like a lot of the hobby stuff, but you know, from the actual careers, don't they have to retire? Like, is that an actual thing that they have to do? I mean, I don't know the answer. I'm just asking questions because I never play with elders, really. Because I'm very much a challenge gameplay person, so it will quite often be the case where I've moved on to a different you know, generation by the point that, yeah, I get to the age of elders, so I don't really honestly get to play them all that often. Ever really. Havoc, from the leaks I've seen, it's family vacations and camps and hotels and stuff like that. Hotels? No. That's risky. When you guys think about the fact that we have vacation rentals, right? And that rentals altogether. So we have rentals in the game. Rentals are broken. We have corruption with rentals. And there's just like a fundamental issue with rentals in the game where they don't really work, right? I can't see any possible way for them to really have hotels in the game when they can't even get rentals to function properly, so that they aren't broken. You know, rentals aren't functioning in a way and have never really functioned properly, you know, from what I understand. So hotels, I don't know about that. Oh, that's so risky. I feel like I need something else in this room, but I don't know. This is like a really big room. Yeah, I'll put a fireplace in. Actually, that could be a little space filler. Lost. I would really like a life stage between adult and elder. You know what? That would actually be really cool. I could be down with that. I think that would be quite neat, because it just feels like there's like yeah, there's so much time in between those sort of two stages. A lot of time in your life is kind of spent in the adult and elder stage, and it's just like, yeah, you could break that down to like middle age or something. I don't know. Rainbow, Outdoor Retreat was a good concept, but being one of the earlier packs, it isn't as strong as more recent ones, so it'd be great to see what else they could do now. Yes, that's exactly right. I agree with that. I really, really enjoyed Outdoor Retreat. Like, I've played it through probably a couple of times. I enjoyed the gameplay. The build buy, honestly, could be a lot better. And yeah, as you say, it's like one of the earlier packs, so it's going to be limited. It really is. It's you know, they didn't really know what they were kind of like in terms of the vision and that sort of thing, what was going to happen with that. So in terms of, you know, being an earlier pack, I think it's pretty decent. I've always I had a soft spot for the Outdoor Retreat pack, so I'm there for that. But being able to expand on that and do like a little bit more with like the camping vacation side of things, I think that could be really interesting. If that's what it is. I mean, it sounds like it, like kind of doing like adventurous type things. And actually, you know, that would kind of lean into a little bit of what they did with not Enchanted by Accident, Snowy Escape as well, because, you know, Snowy Escape kind of leans into that adventurous side of things. But it's quite limited, I feel like. So being able to actually do a little bit more adventurous stuff in the game would be a lot of fun as well. You know, not just doing you know, climbing a mountain and skiing, but, you know, doing something a little bit more than that. I think that would be really cool. More than the preteen age people keep asking for. Yes. I get that as well, because there's quite a difference between childhood and like I feel like the teens in the game really represent like the later sort of age teenagers rather than like the earlier teen stage. So I feel like, you know, I kind of get why people request that, because there is like, you know, that little bit of difference between those ages. But the you know, there's a difference between being an adult in your 20s to being an adult in your 40s, for example, and you know, in life as it is as well. So yeah, I get that. There's definitely an argument there for having like that extra life stage in there. I feel like you could. Next, I think it would be more like Granite Falls campgrounds and stuff. Well, like, what if you had like like your cabins? I don't know. What? Velvet, the person who never goes camping, thinking about what you would do. But I don't know. I don't think you would have like camper vans and caravans or anything like that. I don't think that seems likely because we don't have cars. So I have my doubts about that. But you know, you have, I don't know. I cannot see hotels at all being in the game. I just don't think they have rentals working, so I don't feel like hotels are going to be something that, you know, that you would have. But cabins, I mean, we've got those in Outdoor Retreat, but maybe it's sort of an expansion on that comment, on that type a little bit more. I don't know. Really, it's quite curious. Lost, like where the Sims are older but not hunched over and getting exhausted from woohooing once. Yes, exactly. I mean, like, you know, I'm at that age where you know, I'm in my 40s and stuff, and, you know, I don't feel like I'm hunched over and creaking and all of those things. And I don't feel like I'm an elder, but I don't feel like I'm that younger sort of like getting out there and partying all the time young adult. I mean, like adult either. So, yeah, it's a bit of an in-between kind of age, really. So having like a different option there, I think would be really cool. Sorry, just catching up a track. Havoc, lol, I'm sitting here like, you're old, stop trying to procreate, you old geese. Don't be oldest. Nah, I get it. It gets a little bit skeezy depending on what's happening. I mean, yeah. It depends. It really does depend. Lost, yes, 100%. People just want to close the gap so it doesn't look like an age jump. Yeah, and I mean, it really does feel like an age jump at this point. But imagine that if you would have like another like 2 or 3 life stages. How cool would that be in the game? I feel like that would be a real a real game changer for CAS people, especially having, you know, all that many more options as far as, you know, CAS and that sort of thing goes. I think, you know, that would be awesome. I'd love to see it. Whether or not they do it, I don't know, but I'd love to see it. Right, but it'd be really good if your kids could go to summer camp. Oh my gosh. Imagine if they could go to summer camp. And then you could do like a whole week-long adventure with the kids without the adults, and they do like summer camp activities. Oh, I hadn't even thought of that. That would be amazing. Wow. Next, they did have in the survey a kids camp style thing. Oh my gosh. How intriguing. I mean, yeah, I mean, as I said, I haven't really seen a lot of the spoilers or anything about the pack. Because I've been in a bit of a sick haze the last week or so, and I haven't really been on social media all that much, so I've seen like a couple of things, but that's been about it. So I really don't know too much about what's the dealio with what's been leaked at this point, in terms of if there's been any pictures or if there's been any like confirmed anything. Probably not, because it's a leak, but you know, I feel like having the idea of like doing more kids camping stuff, like that sounds really cool. Like really cool. I think you could actually do some, like, imagine if they did have like a summer camp thing. I genuinely think that would be amazing, and just being able to do like an adventure with your kids and have more time with your kids in the game. I think that would be really, really fun. Rainbow, and you could go with them and spend days doing loads of kids activities. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Definitely not. Not the old creaky kind. But I know 60-year-olds who don't seem like some hours. Well, that's the thing. Oldest, I died dead. Don't please die dead. Havoc. Oh, how beautiful is Taylor's ring? Oh my gosh. That's a rock. It's absolutely gorgeous. It really is. She's one lucky ducky, although well deserved. Gorgeous, gorgeous ring. You know what? I've managed to fill this space quite nicely. It's just in a second living room, really, essentially. And I don't really care. I need some stuff to fill the spaces. So we're going to put some stuff in here. Yeah, Taylor's ring is absolutely gorgeous. I was like, whoa. Travis did good. Travis did real good. Good job, Travis. Those two are just the cutest little things. Vinny, you love that stacks of wood already exist, but you made your own. Well, Vinny, do you know why I made my own? Because I know they exist, but they exist in werewolves and they exist in get together and stuff like that, and I have neither of those packs today because I'm building this as a limited pack challenge, and aka it's just Enchanted by nature, very limited. So I don't have the access to those packs today, so I made my own. This TV does not look right there. I don't know why. It's just not looking right. I'm not vibing with it there. We'll go with a simpler one. So I made my own wood stack because I didn't have the options that I normally have of just using whatever I like. So I made mine. Lost. Oh, maybe I would absolutely hate that gameplay, but people would enjoy it. Oh, with like going away with the kids. I guess that's not for everyone, but you know, then again, there's going to be lots of packs that are like that, like the horse ranch pack. I enjoyed the horses, but I wasn't excited about the horses. It wasn't really something that I particularly was excited about or vibing with. But you know, there's not going to be packs like the. Oh no, actually, you know what? A better example is the Love Struck pack. Zero interest in the gameplay for that. I will admit, just it wasn't the pack for me. I am very utilitarian when it comes to romancing in The Sims 4. In the sense that I just like do what I have to do, and then it's just like I'm not interested in the nitty gritty of romance and you know the building the relationship and having a story with it, because I'm not a story based player, and I feel like that pack is very much leaning in towards people who are a little bit more of a story-based player and do like to dig into the nitty-gritty, and that's fine. I love that for them, but it just was not the pack for me at all. Like, I liked the build buy and I was happy with that, and it was just definitely had value for me in the sense that it had lots of things that I liked about it. But there's going to be packs, I think, now and then that really just aren't for everybody, unfortunately. And it is what it is. I mean, like, the Wedding Stories pack, I really wasn't interested in that at all. But again, I like the build buy, I like the cast, so I'm going to get something out of every single pack. It's just I'm not always going to be excited about the gameplay with it. You know, and I wasn't all that excited about Horse Ranch gameplay. You know, I was excited about the nectar side of things. It was quite interesting to me. And the build buy, again, just going into Horse Ranch and ranches and all that sort of thing. But, yeah, each their own with that. You like the mirrors put together? Smart? Oh, thank you, Snappy. I just, we're kind of lacking like a big, like, long kind of sideways horizontal mirror with, like, there's a couple of options with base game, or one option with base game, but it's really limited, so I just make my own. It's essentially what it boils down to. I just make my own because I think, you know, pretty fun. Havoc, I love that the first place they decided to go as an engaged couple was Arrowhead Stadium, literally the place where it all started. Talk about a full circle moment. Oh, did they? I haven't been keeping up with the news, if I'm being honest, so wasn't too sure. I hadn't actually seen that they'd been out and about. But that's cute. Back to the beginning again. Love that full circle kind of stuff. Can't intersect with roofs. Oh. I don't like plants sticking through my walls. Thank you very much. So we will get rid of you. Get you from the game. You forgot this was limited. Yeah. I figured. It's okay. It's okay. It is what it is. Now, I've got a question for you guys, for the builders out there, in particular. Do you guys use the live house plants when you're building? I have been avoiding them. I will admit I have been avoiding them. Just because I feel like they're honestly a pain in the butt to play with. I don't know whether or not people actually want to be doing the whole live houseplant thing. So what it boils down to is that I'm avoiding it because I feel like, you know, if people want to put live houseplants into their builds, then they can. But otherwise, yeah, that's their choice. I'm not going to make their choice for them about live houseplants because I feel like they're going to be a pain in the bottom. You hate playing with kids, Lost? I wish you could send them all to boarding school until they become young adults. You better start leaning into the stories for the save file. Oh, but you know what? I don't have to. I have a storyteller. They're going to tell the stories for me. I don't mind like building to a story, or anything like that. I'm just like, you know, the nitty gritty of leaning into stories when you're doing live gameplay is kind of more what I meant. It's not really my thing so much, but I know like a lot of people do love that side of things, because I know like Havoc, for example, is very much into sort of like the story side of things and building a whole world around that, which I think is really cool. It's just not how I game. Havoc, I'm not a storyteller, says the person who literally finished the story of Thorn's Castle without even knowing a lot of context. No, it is more of like I'll build to a story, and I could create a story around a build, but it's just really digging into you know, a whole save file where there is, you know, like a, you know, there's a whole world backstory and, you know, all that sort of stuff. It's just really, I can't get into that sort of detail. It's just really not me. I'll do it with a build and in a small amount of detail. Like I can come up with a story for a build and a background for a build and, you know, that sort of thing. But it's not really an in-depth sort of story line, you know. It ain't for me. That's fine. This is why we have the Sims, because, you know, if you're not a builder, you know, you can do CAS or you can do storytelling, live gameplay, and, you know, that sort of thing. Because I know, you know, a lot of people will be out there on social media and they're, you know, sharing the story of their Sims and what they get up to. And, you know, you can tell that they really spend a lot of time and energy and they really love what they're doing. And I think that's fantastic. It's just not who I am. I prefer like a, you know, like a little challenge. Why did I do the curtains first? What possessed me to do that? I don't know. It's always the build buy that excites you. Yes, same. That's always going to be, I think, the case with me. Is that it's always going to be the game, the build buy that I get most excited about, because that's where my passion lies in the game. Is with, you know what? Actually, I'm going to leave that closed. Is with the building, because that's what I identify with the most, I think, out of everything. Yeah, there we go. That works a treat. Havoc, they went to a college football game, not even a game that mattered in any way. It only mattered because it was the college that Travis and Jason went to. That's amazing. Oh, aren't they just sweethearts? That's so cute. They really are adorable. I love that they're kind of in that stage as well. Like, they're very much it's a very honeymoon kind of stage, which is very, very nice. Havoc, you don't even know the difference. I just use whatever plant looks nice. So like a live plant is one that you have to water in live mode. So, you know, it's definitely going to be a lot more work. And I feel like that's going to be like a little bit more of a choice for people, whether or not they want to take care of houseplants in their game. It just genuinely looks annoying to me, but I'm not a plant person. But you know what? In saying that, I actually like gardening in the game, in Sims 4. Like, I don't like gardening in real life, but I do like gardening in the Sims 4. So, you know, I just haven't really tried it at the end of the day. So I'm uncertain about whether or not it's going to be super annoying for people or not. So I've been avoiding them. Although, you can use the pots and put, like, you know, debug plants and stuff in them, which is quite handy. Rainbow, you've been using them for the vibes, but you really play your builds. Yeah, exactly the same as me, Rainbow. I really actually play my builds, unless I'm building specifically for a build challenge. But most of the time when it comes to build challenges, not build challenges, sorry, gameplay challenges, I am building as I go, and it's usually a hot freaking mess. So it's a whole other sort of story when it comes to... I'm going to move this tree. It's driving me bananas. Oh, actually, you know what I should do? Just shrink it down. Look at the little teeny tree. Teeny tree. Yeah, so when I'm doing gameplay challenges, my houses are a hot freaking mess. They really are. Because I just kind of build as I go, and it's just like by necessity and things that I need in that moment, rather than, you know, actually being aesthetically pleasing. Because when I'm building, I'm usually genuinely going for aesthetically pleasing over... Well, I mean, functionality plays into it as well, but I do like to go into more leaning into the aesthetically pleasing side of things. But I don't sit there and I play those builds, really. Just because I don't have time to play all the things that I build, because I build so many things. So I don't have that sort of time. Oh, I just got rid of my... Darn it. I just lost my wallpaper. There we go. Save and hydrate. Nixie, you're the storyteller. Nice to meet you. Yeah, you love your storytelling, Havoc? Yeah, that's what I figured. Because you're building that whole forever world and everything, so it seems like you would be leading into storytelling with that. Yeah, Nixie is going to be our first storyteller for our save file. So if you guys are interested, I am doing, we are doing a sort of a story save file in my Discord server. And it's not going to be a time frame heavy one. You can kind of, like, you can do CAS, you can do, you can take on a storyteller role, you can take on a builder role. And the idea behind it is just basically we're going to be having a story with each world. So we're going to be starting with Willow Creek. And Nixie's going to come up with a story on that once we've decided on a theme for that world. So we're going to have a theme for a different theme for each world, and then we're going to have a story behind that theme. So that'll have a story that relates to the builds and the Sims that live in those builds. and that will sort of encompass the whole world, and then the cast creators and the builders will then build to that particular overarching story for that world. And then we're going to go through and we're going to basically bring those stories to life in each world as we go along with a different theme. So we're currently just voting on a theme that we want to have in Willow Creek. So that's what we're kind of working on at the moment. And once we've finalized the theme for the world, then Nixie is going to go to work and make us a nice story. So yay! It's going to be fun. And it's just like, it's really very much a no time pressure save. I didn't want to have something that we had to push out each month or anything like that. I just wanted to have it like easy breezy. Do it, come and go as you please. Do it when you need to do it, or can do it. And then, you know, I can just do tours when they're done, and there's no like time pressure on it at all. So yeah, I wanted to do that kind of thing. Lost Time Machine, it's a combo for me. You need a story to inspire my build. See, I do find I like building when I have like a story behind it, like when I can think, you know, who are the Sims in here, and you know, can I build to them, that sort of thing. I do find that works quite nicely, so I do enjoy that side of things. Like, I like the storytelling when it comes to builds from a limited sense, but I don't want to spend, and this is just like a personal choice, I don't want to spend like hours like coming up with different stories for different characters and, you know, things like that, because I just simply don't have the patience for it, and that's just purely me. And I've always been the same when it comes to storytelling in games. Like I just it's just not me. I don't have the patience for it. That's just purely what it comes down to. It's a patience thing. Little old impatient Velvet over here, just like, I can't be bothered with that. But, you know, there's other people that really just thrive on it, and I think that's fantastic. And the fact that we can have so many different experiences with the very same game is just, isn't that awesome? I think it is. Here we go, like a little bit of that, a little bit of that. It's all coming together really nicely. Love it. Lost Time Machine, you're so excited for it. You think it's a great idea. The collab, sorry, the save file. I think it's fun. I like the idea of the stories behind it, and just having that different role within a collab as well, because collabs are always very much the, you know, the idea of, you know, builders and cast kind of working together. But I wanted to add in, and I think it's, I mean, I love that, you know, bringing those things to life, and having both come out of it. But I wanted to add in like an extra element with it, and I thought, you know, storytelling would be really cool to bring into it. And the fact that, yeah, I had like the platform to be able to bring in like the story playing, you know, the storytelling element, I thought was going to be absolutely fun. So I feel like it's going to work out, and it's going to be a blast. And I really very much needed it to be a no pressure thing, if I'm being honest, just because I've got so much going on most of the time. And I do feel, you know, sometimes it's just, I take on too many things and I put too much pressure on myself, and I've really got to stop that. So, you know, it was actually quite important to me that it not be a time pressure thing, because it has been like, you know, a little bit of a struggle lately for me in the last few months, and just like finding that balance between, yeah, doing the things that I want to do and having time to do it all. And I just simply don't have the time when I'm being realistic about it. So yeah, it's just been that sort of like learning curve, I think, for me, in terms of just really understanding and using my time effectively. Still being able to do some of what I want to do, but I just really can't lean in and do all of the things and join all of the things and have, you know, all of that time spare. I just don't have it. So I've got to be realistic about it, I think. Lost, you understand that you like to come up with story setups and let the details play out themselves. Yeah, like, I mean, you know, I could have like a story behind this build where, you know, we have a prince, a fairy prince or whatever, and like, you know, this is his legacy to the fairy princess that he fell in love with but lost for whatever reason. But she's out there, and you know, she's still mourning his lost love as well. So, you know, they've been torn apart by fate for whatever reason, and you know, and he's built this as a you know, a wish list to what he wish, you know, they could be together. And then one day they will get together and they'll be happily ever after. Maybe that's the story behind this build. I don't know. It could be quite fun. It could be quite fun. Rainbows. That's such a cool idea. Yeah, that's what I thought as well. Lost, you don't micromanage all the time. Well, that's the thing. It's like I'm not much of a micromanager either. So I'm more of a sort of loosey-goosey, let it all sort of play out person as well when it comes to this stuff. I spent too many years in actual management to know that micromanagement is not always... I mean, it can be a positive thing in certain situations where you want to be tightly controlled. But in other situations, maybe it's not the best approach as well. So I don't know why I'm talking about micromanagement, but anyway. I spent too many years in management to know that, you know, micromanaging absolutely every situation is not necessarily a great idea. Because you just, like, spend too much time and energy trying to get the outcome that you want when you can just, like, sit back and let people, you know, approach it in a slightly different manner in the way that they want to approach it and you can still get the same outcome. Anywho, blah, blah, blah. Havoc, you like to play and let the story develop, but I also really appreciate when things are kind of already set in place for a story, and I definitely want to know all about the story I'm playing. Yeah, see, that's very different to me in terms of, you know, how I like to play. Like, I like to have goals, and I don't care about the story. That's the nuts and bolts of it. It's like, I don't really care about the story at all. Like, I just want to have these goals, and I want to achieve the goals, and that's what I like about game playing. Is I have an end goal and that I achieve that end goal, and that's what makes me happy. But that's what I love about gaming, and the fact that, you know, you can all, like, absolutely love gaming, but for different reasons, and you can want different things from games, you know? I love being goal orientated and having those particular goals that I'm trying to reach. You know, that's the funnest thing for me. So I really like that. But I know that's not for everyone as well. So that, you know, it's just like, yeah, everybody's different. Lost, they're so inspiring though. It's so motivating to have other people working with you. Yes, that's exactly it. And I think it really pushes you to be better about what you're doing as well. Like, really put in that effort and that thought and that time, because, you know, it's not just for you, it's for other people as well. And they're going to be seeing your work and they'll be like judging you on it. Be like, yeah, what did they do? Velvet sucks. It's like Velvet's like, I should have tried harder. I should have tried harder. And I didn't try hard enough. That's an insight into my psychotic brain. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed it. Oh, dear, oh dear. I do it so that people don't think I'm terrible at it. They should do. Oh boy. Might go a different colour on that. Maybe the green? Green works. Havoc, you're basically doing the same thing I'm doing, Velvet, for my stream too. That's so cool. Great minds think alike. It's basically what the life of a Havoc is going to be. What am I doing? Oh, with the save file. Cool. Well, that worked out quite well, didn't it? Lost, how do we sign up to be considered for a storyteller? I'm sorry, you've been struggling, but you've been such a big inspiration. Aw. Thank you. It's just me trying to stop me from being so me, if that makes sense. Because I know how I am, and I get really immersed. And I'll tell you about the storyteller thing in a sec, so I'll circle back to that. But yeah, I get really stuck in... I'm so task orientated that when I see things that I could be doing and I want to do, and then it's just like I want to just sit there and go boom, 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 and get all the things done. But realistically, I need to have a balance in terms of, you know, my life and the fact, you know, I've got a family and they're the most important thing. So I was just, yeah, and I can't just go and expect to have any sort of like inspiration or energy or drive to do these things all the time, and I don't want to burn out. So it's just about finding that balance, and sometimes that's really a struggle, and it's really important to have that balance, I think. And it's just, I've got to fight myself basically to find it, as where what it sort of boils down to. So it's a bit of a struggle. And if you would like to sign up to be a storyteller, I haven't actually got the sign up sheet at this point, so I'm working on it. It's a bit of a complex sheet because I'm trying to get all of the worlds into that sheet. So there's actually the spreadsheet that I'm working on is a work in progress. So it's probably about halfway done. But yeah, I've got to get all the sort of the lots and the worlds and stuff and just like get a format for it and everything like that. So signing up for Storyteller, if you're interested in that, when the spreadsheet opens up, there will actually be a sign up spot in there. It's just I needed a signer as a storyteller for the first one, and Nick's kindly volunteered. So Nick's is just going to be taking on the first sort of storyteller role as the example for what we're going to sort of have as a setup for the save, and then you'll be able to sign up for the storyteller role moving forward once I've got the sign up sheet finished. So once it shouldn't be too far from being finished, but I've still got a bit of work to do on it, and we're kind of just at the theme voting stage at this point. So I wasn't too panicked about having everything ready for sign up because we're not quite ready for the sign up stage yet. So we're still sort of working on the theme, and as soon as that's sort of sorted out, I'll try and get the sign up sheet up, and then you can start signing up for storyteller roles. And there's going to be the storyteller role for each world. I should have a door to go in here, shouldn't I? So you'll be able to sign up and take on the role of a storyteller in whatever world you want to tell the story in. So there you go. Have it. You can't wait to do Cast No Save. I'm honoured I've been accepted. And of course you've been accepted in. If you want to be part of my Discord, everybody in my Discord is welcome to join in with this, by the way. It's not an exclusive kind of thing as such, but you do need to be in my Discord to be part of it. So yes, and you have to play by the rules when you're in my Discord. By the rules, I mean just be nice. I've got pretty simple standards for rules. Just be nice and behave yourself, and no spam, that sort of thing. Rainbow, I don't always do storytelling in game, but I did a degree in English and creative writing, so it might be fun to have a go at storytelling. Ooh, another potential storyteller. You know what? The funny thing about stories is I write as well. Like, I haven't been writing lately because I've just been so busy with the content stuff, but I'm actually I read and I write, and I absolutely love reading and writing. I've not published or anything, but I have written a few novels, complete, that probably still need like some love and attention, but they are complete. And I've actually done a lot of writing in my time, but when it comes to gaming, I'm just weirdly not into stories. I can't really explain why that is. I don't get it myself, so I don't really understand. I think it's just really because I play games for a different reason to why I read and write, and I play games because I like to have the task to do and tick off the task and do my stuff. But that's a different kind of me to the me that really likes reading and writing. I don't know if that makes any sense, but yeah, I actually really love writing, and I love stories, and I love reading. I just don't like them in game. Oh, it's not like I dislike them. It's just like I don't want to sit there through ages of like story and cutscenes and all that sort of stuff. It's just not for me. I'm a weirdo. I know. I get it. It's been a bit of a delve into the weirdness of Velvet today. It really is. Oh, nothing wrong with that though. Next, wait till you hear all my stories. I'm going to motivate the F out of you all. Yay! Oh, welcome in, Invader. How are you? Sorry, I'm slowly catching up with chat. I've been a bit slow with chat. I'm building and reading and slowly going through one comment at a time and then getting distracted. So welcome in. I hope you're well today. Thanks for being here. If you guys don't know, Invader actually currently has a cast challenge out at the moment. So it is up on my Discord in the challenges section. So it's the gamer, it's a gamer cast challenge. So there you go. We're just talking about gaming. And there we are. And if you guys want to join my Discord, let me get the link, and I'll post it in chat for YouTube as well. So hi YouTube. I haven't forgotten about you guys. We are, I'm currently streaming across 2 platforms as well, if you guys are wondering. I'm sure you've probably figured it out by now, but yes. 2 platforms today, as I always do. Discord. There we are. No. Oh, my copy and paste, I don't know what it is, but when I've got like my things open, my copy and paste is really freaking weird. Like it doesn't copy and paste properly. Anyway, there we go. So if you're not in my Discord, please feel free to join. And yeah, we've got challenges and stuff in there, and we're working as we've been talking about on the save file. It's just getting kicked off, and you can, as I said, it's a no pressure save file. You can come and go as you please with it. So you can just, like, if you want to take part in one world, you can take part in one world, and you don't have to take part in the next. So it's a very low pressure save file. No time frames, just at your own pace, do what you can. Lost, you wouldn't want to be the first storyteller anyway, so it was a brave offer. Yeah, exactly. It just, you want to understand what the format is and what sort of you would want from the storyteller role, or what I want from the storyteller role. So Nyx did stand up very bravely and take on the part. That's okay. Thank you, Nyxie. Thank you, Nyxie, for being brave. Appreciate you. Havoc, I forgot to ask the characters, can we post them in our galleries too? Absolutely, absolutely. There's not going to be any sort of secrecy or anything around, like that around it. I'm not going to keep it so that you can't post on your content on whatever. So you can post it on the gallery, you can post it on your YouTubes, you can do whatever, or your Twitches, or whatever you like. You can do whatever you want with it. It's not going to be like a secret thing. I will be doing tours of each world as they're completed. So, you know, we will have that. But it's not going to be any sort of, yeah, state secrets or anything like that. You can just post whatever you like, whenever you like on that one. It's very relaxed. It's going to be very chill. Be nice or you ban you. Yeah, be nice in my Discord or Nyxie will ban you. Shh. Behave yourselves. Just follow the rules. It'll be fine. And I've just kind of revamped some of the little areas in the Discord as well. So just kind of tried to condense it down a little bit so there's less stuff all over the place and make it like a little bit better. So hopefully that works for everyone. You can find everything. But there is a whole section on the save file, so you can just take on the save file. It's called the save filer role. Just click on that, and it's not like it gives you extra access. It just means when I need to tag you, I can tag you. That's just basically the nuts and bolts of that. No rush. It's a big undertaking on your part. Appreciate you. Just super excited. Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you, Lost. I mean, it shouldn't be too much more work. It's just I was honestly so behind when it came to making content the last week because being sick, having my husband around, having really limited recording time, and then, you know, having the kids around on the Friday as well. It was just it was a balancing act, and I lost the balancing act, I think. I only yesterday got all of my content up for this week. Normally I'm pretty well ahead of things, but yesterday I spent the whole day editing and just got everything up yesterday for the week. So at least I'll be able to have some time to start working on things for next week. Throughout the rest of the week. But yeah, it made me feel like really behind on things. I was just like, but I've got to not stress myself out about it. If I don't get content out, I mean, really the world is not going to fall apart. I just put that pressure on myself all the time because I'm ridiculous like that. Silly Velvet. Silly girl. You know what I haven't used? I haven't used these wall decorations. That's cool. You have to stop being me. Stop being me from being me. Yeah, you feel that? Yeah. Yeah. It's not always an easy ask. Stop me from being me. But this is coming together. Look at this. We've just about finished our last room, and then we've just got some stuff on the outside. And look at that. We're 2 hours in. Oh, we've done okay. You know what? I might actually finish, or mostly finish this build. I'd probably still have to play test it and tweak it, but yeah, it might be actually finished, and we can do something else on Friday, because we're going to be building again on Friday as well. So another day of building on Friday. New Zealand time, of course. Thursday for most people that don't live at the bottom of the world, as you do. Rainbow, yeah, I feel it. My relaxing long weekend off ended up being a whole lot of content and not a lot of relaxing. Yes. And that's what kind of happens to me. Like, during the week, I have, I mean, by the time, yeah, during the week, I have that 6 hour gap where the kids are at school. So it gets a little difficult when the kids aren't at school. But yeah, I have that 6 hour gap from 9 till 3, take off travel time and picking the kids up and that sort of thing. So maybe 5.5 hours where that's my time to make content. And then you've got to take into account the fact that I stream as well. And I have a full-time content schedule on YouTube where, you know, I release content every day. So it's just like, you know, I've got to fit maybe 8 hours worth of content or whatever into recording content, and then I've got to fit in streaming as well into all into the 6 hours, you know, including editing and, you know, that sort of thing. It's just like I put a lot of pressure on myself. There's a reason that I do it, and you know, I don't do it lightly, but I do put a lot of pressure on myself. And it's just like, you know, on the weekends it does end up being that because I don't have a lot of time during the week, I end up doing a lot of my building on the weekend. So, you know, I can't completely switch off, if you know what I mean. So, you know, I feel like sometimes I do have those games when I was talking about Starfield earlier, that I was playing a lot of Starfield a bit of Starfield on the weekend. That's my opportunity to really just zone out and, yeah, just have some non-content time, because you need it. You really do need it, because if you don't give yourself time to really chill out and relax as a content creator, it can be, you burn out. You really do burn out. I feel like, you know, you do have to take care of yourself and find that balance. It's not easy, and I don't think I've found it at this point, but I'm working towards it. So that's the main thing. Save, hydrate, and have a stretch. Oh yeah. Have a stretch, everyone. Make sure you have a hydrate as well. Rainbow, I've booked some time off in October months ago, and if the leak is true, this is now the weekend that the new EP drops. So I know exactly what you'll be doing all week. That is perfect. It's called the Kismet, right? Perfect timing, where the forces of the universe come together to give you something amazing. Oh, I love that. That's so cool. Havoc, you sound so much like me when it comes to my branding, I swear. Yeah. I think that's something that I would say most content creators probably go through, is just battling themselves against, I mean, it depends on what your approach is as well, but yeah, finding that balance is something that I feel like a lot of content creators do struggle with, because, you know, time and time again, you know, I'll see out there on social media just like, you know, I'm sort of burnt out, I need to take a break, and it's just all gotten too much, you know. And you see that time and time again out there with content creators, and the reason is because we do push ourselves quite a lot, because we want, you know, it takes a lot to actually, you know, get ahead when it comes to content creation. And well, it has for me anyway. Just taken a lot of work. It's not an easy just like, you know, push out one video a week and you'll make it kind of thing. It's like, no. There's so much more to that, more to the process and everything like that. So it's really hard just to, yeah, not push yourself to try and get ahead, because it's what it takes to get there. I feel like sometimes. Which wallpaper did I use? It's tough. It really is tough to find that balance. Not easy at all. So we do have to go easy on ourselves, and I have to tell myself that time and time again, because I'm not particularly great at it. So, you know, I'm giving advice, but I'm not necessarily taking it. Appalling lack of taking my own advice over here. It's got to be the Swiftie in us. Yeah, that's right. Bring on the Swiftie. Bring on the Swifties. I've been listening this weekend. I normally like when I'm building or I'm gaming, like it's quite funny. I'm playing Starfield and I'm busy like driving around in my ship, maybe flying my ship might be the better way to put it. I'm flying around in my ship, right? And I've got this weekend, it's like normally it's Taylor Swift, but this weekend it was Sabrina Carpenter. I decided that I was in a Sabrina mood. So I was rocking Sabrina Carpenter, like flying around in a spaceship, fighting spaces, fighting the bad guys while listening to Sabrina Carpenter. And it's just such a ridiculous thing. Like listening, it's just such a counterpoint to the actual moment of what's happening in the game. Me just like running around, listening to Sabrina Carpenter while I'm going pew 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 and shooting up these spaces. Well, I was just like, you know, listening to Espresso or Taste or Manchild or whatever. It's just like so funny. But I do, and like, you know, I'll be listening to Taylor Swift while I'm doing this as well, because you know I'm a strange little bird. But it's just what relaxes me, because music relaxes me while I'm doing these things. So that's what I do. I don't know whether or not that'll be usable. Maybe that needs to go around that way. Havoc, what song are you most looking forward to? I'm looking forward to Opalite and Actually Romantic. I need to listen to a new album because I've heard that Sabrina's new album is so bad. I don't know which song I'm looking forward to the most. I'm just looking forward to the whole thing. I don't think I have a particular song that I'm looking forward to. I just I'll know when I listen to it the first time which songs I'm gonna vibe with. I don't mind Sabrina's new album. I wouldn't call it bad. Like, there's some really good songs on there. I'm really liking the new release, because she's got a new video out for Tears. I'm really vibing with that song. I just find sometimes with some of Sabrina's songs, I need to listen a couple of times before I really just make a decision on whether or not I like them. But I'm really vibing with. I really like Tears, and there's a couple of other songs that I really like from that album as well. So I wouldn't call it bad. Not by any stretch of the imagination. She probably pushed it out a little soon, maybe, but I don't think it came out bad. I think it was alright. Havoc, you play Fallout while listening to Taylor. Imagine shooting a bunch of ghouls while Shake It Off is playing. I do that as well. I actually play the Fallout games. I like Fallout. I need to go back to them at some point, but I'm on this Starfield thing at the moment, so I'll just keep that up for now. But yeah, I do the same thing. Yeah, it's just like shooting away, pew pew pew, while listening to this like pop music and stuff. It's just like, it's funny. It's such a different counterpoint, and I love it. I'm there for it. I think it's fun. But yeah, that's whatever makes you happy, right? Right, we're almost finished the bedrooms. Can you believe it? I've actually managed to talk and build somewhat successfully today. Like, I'm not always a winner when it comes to that. Sometimes I'm not very good at talking as well as, you know, getting things built. I get very easily distracted, but I feel like that's not going to work. No fireplace in here. All right. That's okay. But you know what? We've actually made some really good progress today. We've been working on this build for probably a few streams now. No, I think this is our third stream that we've worked on this build. So it has been a little bit of a while in the taking. I usually maximum spend a couple of streams on builds, but this one's a fairly big one, to be fair. So I'm not surprised it took a little bit longer. And that's okay. Nothing wrong with taking a little longer. I wasn't in any sort of time crunch for it to be done. It's not for any particular reason other than fun, so why not? I hope you guys are enjoying it anyway. I think it came together pretty. I mean, it is. There's a limitation. Obviously, we're only building with Enchanted by Nature as well as a base game, so the choices are limited. It is what it is. We can only do a certain amount of things, but it does mean that, you know, it's going to be accessible and people can add their own stuff to it as well, which I think is the good thing. If you want to add in whatever, you know, it means that if you have the fairy pack and then you want to, you know, maybe you've only got a couple of other packs, and you can kind of add whatever you like into it and make it your own. And that's what I want people to do with my builds anyway, is just like kind of make it their own. It doesn't have to be, you know, you have to just like play my build and you can't do anything with it. You must leave it exactly as it always is. It's like, no, please make it your own. I don't care if you change it, really. It's no, like, no, I would, honestly, I prefer that people make it their own rather than, you know, leave it as is and, think that I would be upset with people changing it. The answer is absolutely not. I would never be upset at that. I think it's wonderful if people change things and make it theirs. Because that's what it should be. This should be just like, a pretty jumping off point for gameplay. And I do like to make builds, that are good for gameplay. I don't just make builds, just for being pretty. I mean, I want builds to be pretty as well, but it's not just for that, if you know what I mean. It's for gameplay too. Because what's the point of making them if you can't play in them? Then people can't experience the pretty. Right? 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 I feel like that's the case. Like, I make them so that people can play in them, so that they can see how pretty it is. That's my whole motivation behind building. It's like, I mean, not only because I enjoy it, but because I want people to enjoy, like, playing in it as well, so that they can enjoy the prettiness of what I did. And then turn it into something else as they evolve the game. Because if I can't make it pretty for you, or, whatever it needs to be. I mean, if it's not a pretty build, it doesn't always have to be a pretty build. I just prefer it. It's my aesthetic. The prettiness. Right. I feel like I need a hobby thing in here. Oh, what about a piano? No. Ooh. Have I got a gym thing anywhere? Maybe I need like a little workout area somewhere. Sort of half put a thing up there, but a woodworking table, random woodworking table. I feel like I need like some gym stuff somewhere, but I don't really have space for it inside, I don't think. Oh, what if I did like another little desk, cute little table, and we did the nature press on there? That would be quite sweet. Nature press. You know what I still haven't played around with, I haven't had the opportunity to, is actually I have not played around with the nature press yet. So I don't know if you guys have had the chance yet, but I haven't. I've played through like the rest of the Enchanted by Nature pack, but when I did the playthrough, I 100% forgot about the nature press. And I was really excited about it as well, because when I was a young kid, I had this big book, and I would go around and grab like flowers, and I'd press them in this big book, and I actually probably still have that book somewhere in my basement somewhere in a box. But yeah, I used to love doing that as a kid, is like go around and pressing flowers and doing all that sort of thing, because I thought, I just thought it was fun. And then that's why I was quite excited about the whole nature press thing. But then my brain being my brain, I 100% forgot about it and just never got back to it. So yeah, whoops. Whoopsie, 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 whoopsies. Oh well, such is life. I will probably get back to it one of these days. I think I'll have to do it in like one of my Let's Plays that we have going on. Is that a little bigger? I mean, how big did I have that tree? Okay, I think it was like around about there. There we go. And I know I need another tree over here as well. We're going big trees here, big and bold and beautiful. The bold and the beautiful. Havoc, when you look for builds in Sims on the gallery, I always think with a story in mind. So generally if I pick something, it's because it fits the vibe of what I want. So I usually don't change builds. Interesting. You might change items in the builds, but you won't change the builds. Yeah, I think that's more what I mean. So like adding to the builds, like if I haven't put gym equipment in there and you've got like a little fitness guru, then I'd expect that you'd want to add to the build. And make it fit the characters that you have in the build. I feel like that really makes sense for me, for people to do that. I think if I was going to be downloading, I don't download builds from the gallery myself for gameplay, because I can build them myself. So why would I? I guess it's kind of my thought process on it. I am a builder, so if I want something, I'll build it myself. But if I wasn't a builder, that's exactly what I'd want. Is like I'd want houses that I could adapt to what I need. But again, I'm not a storyteller. I'm not a storyteller. as far as that goes. What tree did I use over here? Oh, that one. Okay. So, yeah, it's just a matter of, I think, adapting. I still don't know. I'm in two minds about having a tree over this. Because it just kind of quite shadows the lot, but it also looks perfect on the lot. You know? It just fits with the big trees in the background, so I feel like it does work there. It just creates a shadow over the house. And it does make... I don't know, I don't really... You know, when you're in there playing, hopefully you can get past the tree. That's the kind of the thing that I'm worried about there. You love that? It looks perfect? Yeah, I think it actually does look good. So I actually really do like the tree there. I just am conscious of the fact that I don't want it to be a pain being where it is. But I guess, you know, if it is a pain, you can kind of remove it. It comes down to it. It's just like, just move it if it's a pain, right? Wow. So I think we're just about done with this build. It's been a long time coming. It's going to take me a little bit of just going through playtesting and, you know, fixing up some bits and pieces around the place. Because, you know, there's always that fixing up kind of playtesting period that you go through with builds before they are, you know, released for the gallery. I always go through that anyway. I don't know if everybody does, but I like to just go through and have a little final check. Because, and even with doing a final check, I still miss things. I'm human. I miss things. I wish the lighting was better. The lighting is appalling. Now, I think I was going to have like a little path running through here, wasn't I? Okay. But you know what? This has kind of come together, which is nice. And I'm pretty happy with it. Not always happy with everything that I build. Being blunt about it, it's not always going to have a winner, but I think this came out pretty good, considering it's like a bit of an interesting shape in terms of the build and stuff. It's a bit more sort of like, sometimes I feel like, sometimes I have, you know, that little bit more of a concept sort of style build. And then that sort of, and then you have like your regular inspired by a picture sort of build. And this is, sometimes you have both, where you take an inspiration, shocking lighting, and you turn it into sort of like a little bit more of a conceptual thing. And I feel like this is a little bit more of a conceptual build for me. Like it's leaning into a concept rather than actually, I had a nursery, didn't I? So I should add in a kids thing. I feel like I missed a... Oh no, I didn't miss a bedroom. I feel like I've missed a room somewhere. Yeah, I have. I missed this over here. What was I saying? Yeah. So sometimes, you know, things are a little bit more trial and error and concept, and other ones are just like, you know I could smash this out, and it's less of a risky build as such. Like I know that it's going to work, but that's not the case with every build. Some builds are a little bit more risky, and I feel like this is one of the builds that's a little bit more risky. I think let's not just do this as a half bath, this one. So just a toilet and a sink. You could probably squeeze in a Visi shower in here. I just don't have an Visi shower option, unfortunately. That's fine. You can squeeze one in there if you like. Squeeze it in. So I feel like, you know, for a concept build where sometimes it can get a bit off the rails, I've done all right. As where that story was going. It was a really long-winded way of getting there. But I got there in the end. But I think I will play around probably with the rest of this off camera and just add like, you know, the little last bits and pieces and just fill out some of the landscaping stuff and make sure it all works and isn't all stupid in terms of I can't get places. Because, you know, you got to check your routing. I at least try to, at least. So people don't have to do too many fixes when they get in my builds. Try being the operative word. There we go. And let's get the curtains in there. That's not a curtain, that's a picture. Ooh, I'm getting hungry, man. As I tend to do. About this time of morning, mid-morning. I was gonna have a smoothie this morning, but I've been having these what I call super smoothies. And it's basically a banana and milk. So I mash up the banana at the milk, but I add in I forgot about my tower off to the side. Should decorate that. I add in like this ground almonds, flaxseed, chia seeds, sunflower seeds. It's kind of like a bit of a mix of that, and it's kind of like adding a whole lot of extra things to your smoothie as such. Okay, it goes up there and it goes up there. All right, just to make it super and add in goody good things into your diet. A bit more of the seeds and that sort of thing. So I have been adding those into my things and having like a lovely smoothie in the mornings, which is pretty good because I'm not much of a breakfast person. So the fact that I have a little something in the mornings is quite good. But I didn't end up having time this morning because I dropped my husband off at work because it was raining, and I refused to let him walk to work in the rain. He seemed to think it was okay that he was sick and he could walk to work in the rain. I, however, disagreed with that, and I won the argument because I was right. He should not walk to work in the rain when he's still sick. And he shouldn't even be at work when he's sick. But he had a week off and he was sick the whole week. And he was determined to get back to work. I was not going to win that argument. However, I did win the argument about getting him to work and driving him to work. So, you gotta know when to pick and choose your arguments, which ones you can win and which ones you can't. And which ones are important and which ones aren't. And, yeah. Making sure that he got to work dry and didn't sit there half wet all day was one of those arguments that I was going to win. It really was. Had to make sure I won that one. And I did. So there we go. So that's what I think I'll do around the places. I'll just add in lots of little greenery around here and should probably finish off that fencing and seeding and bits and pieces like that and just really make it feel like it's a little bit more complete. Because I feel like it does need a little bit of, zhuzhing up a little bit to make it really just finished. But it's essentially done. So we did really well. So thank you guys for hanging out with me today with this. I really appreciate your company. I will, however, wrap this up, I think. I think we've done all right. Oh, I didn't do the gazebo. Hang on. Look at that poor little gazebo. We built this beautiful gazebo, and then I put nothing in it. Isn't that fantastic? Good job, me. So yeah, I'll wrap things up here. I am going to be streaming again tomorrow. We are going to be playing. We've got a little bit of gameplay tomorrow, and it's the Very Veggie Challenge. And we are moving on to a brand new generation. So we're going to be taking on the potato generation. Now, the potato generation is going to be quite interesting because we're playing hybrid rules for this generation. The potato generation leans into the Ferrent pack, and it's been general consensus, which I agree with, that we want to avoid doing rentals at the moment, just because of the corruption in the rental, or the way that the rental pack basically speeds along corruption in the game. So we're going to be avoiding that. So we're going to be doing a little bit of a hybrid challenge or challenge for this, where we're doing the pack rules, but also doing some base game rules as well with it. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of an interesting one. It's going to be mixed up a little bit, but I'm excited to get back to Very Veggie. It's been a couple of weeks since I've played, and I have been missing it a little bit. Not going to lie. I've been really enjoying the Very Veggie Challenge. If you're not familiar with it, it's a gameplay challenge that was created by Lil Simsy, and it's extremely popular all over the place, with content creators and stuff and people playing it in their game. But it's been a really fun challenge, and I have absolutely had a blast with it so far. And as we go into the potato generation, it means that we are officially halfway through the challenge. Can you believe it? this is so far the fastest I've gone through a legacy challenge. I'm currently playing the 100 baby challenge, which I'm very advanced through. I'm up to 73 babies in the 100 baby challenge, so I'm really making my way through that particular challenge. But I am also, I was going to say, what's something weird's going on there. Also playing Not So Berry, which is another Little Simsy challenge, and I'm on Generation 4 with that. Then I'm also playing the Super Sim challenge, which was created by James Turner, where basically you take one sim and turn them into a super sim, who has done all of the careers, got all the skills, all of that stuff. That's a big challenge. That's probably the one I'm probably the least furthest along on, but I did start that a lot later in the scheme of things. So yeah, I haven't advanced so far in that one. We just turned into a teenager, so we've done all the kid stuff. So I started from infant, and we got all the milestones and all the skill stuff and stuff as toddlers, etc. And gone through all the kid stuff, all the child stuff, done all that, and then we've just turned into a teenager. So that's been pretty exciting. Gives us a whole lot of other new skills that we can do and stuff in the game. I don't know if I want to have these chimneys on here. I feel like it needs something on top. Yeah, that'll do. You should check the Illusory Thralls Extended Not So Berry Challenge. Oh, yeah, I've heard there's like extended ones for that. I should. There's so many different gameplay challenges, and I'm already doing 4. I'm absolutely at capacity with them at the moment, but yeah, when I sort of get to the point where I'm top of them and I've done a few more, I will definitely be looking around for some more. I feel like extending the Not So Berry might be something I look at as I get towards the end of that challenge, because yeah, it might be something that I want to do just to keep going with the Not So Berry, because I've been really enjoying the Not So Berry challenge. I was very much late to the party on that one, in terms of I know everybody in their cat has kind of done the Not So Berry challenge, but I hadn't, and I kind of wanted to, so I thought, well, why not? So I am. But yeah, I think the extended version would be quite good as well, just depending on how I feel and whether or not I want to finish up or not. But sounds fun. I like the idea of fun challenges. I really enjoy gameplay when I get the opportunity to. It's just I don't play for myself at this point in time when it comes to The Sims. It's all sort of gameplay wise, it's all sort of content stuff, so it is what it is. Just because I know I need to not play it all the time, otherwise I will absolutely burn out on it, and I do not want to do that. I still want to love The Sims every time that I get in there and play it. So I feel like I'm still doing that. I still love it every time I get in there and play it. Alright, well, there's lots to do here still, but you still haven't done it. The Not So Berry challenge, it's really fun. It really is. I like it. Well, I'm going to wrap it up there. I think we've done really well. We've basically essentially finished Puckett Hall. It just needs some touching up, but I can do that off camera. We've done the essentials, so that's the main thing. I think we ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's 4 bedrooms, and I want to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bathrooms, I think. So we've got a bedroom there. Bedroom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 4 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms. No, 5 bathrooms. That's pretty good, hey? Not too bad. Not too bad at all. So I'll probably get that up on the gallery at some point in the near future. We'll just need those finishing touches and we'll be done. So I want to say a big thank you to everyone for hanging out with me today. It is greatly appreciated. Thank you very kindly. As I said, I'm going to be back tomorrow with the Very Veggie Challenge, and then I will be back Thursday night. I'm going to be playing Dreamlight Valley, and then Friday, I'm talking New Zealand time here. Friday 9 a.m. will be another building, and we'll be starting something new for building. So I'll be excited to see what we do for that. If you guys want to put any suggestions in chat in my Discord, you're welcome to as well. All right. Well, yeah, I don't feel like raiding out, so we won't raid out. We'll just head off. Thanks, guys. I hope to see you tomorrow. Otherwise, you guys have a good day, and I will catch you next time around.